American Motors Corporation, aka AMC, was a U.S. automaker that was a byproduct of a merger actually that happened in 1954 between Nash and Hudson Motors Corporation. They became AMC and would go on to make some very iconic cars throughout their time. This one, however, lives rent free in my head and it stands out from the crowd, and it's an overlooked muscle car that I want you guys to know about, the 1970 AMC Rebel Machine. In 1970, AMC had just released a new Rebel, so this was a fresh redesigned car, and they needed to make and wanted to make a Halo car out of this. So they teamed up with Hearst Performance to come up with the Rebel Machine, which is now a collector's item. AMC ended up building about 2,300 units of this car in 1970, but only 1,000 of them, and it was actually the first 1,000 produced, were in this iconic and really cool looking red, white, and blue paint scheme. In AMC's marketing and advertising, they dubbed this the car you always wanted, but they point blank told you that the car was big, heavy, had a big motor, and it wasn't going to be faster than a 427 Corvette or a Hemi, but you would beat a Volkswagen Beetle or a big old Cadillac DeVille. While we're looking at the outside of the car, some other notable features are the dual snorkel hood scoop, which is functional. It's actually vacuum operated. The other thing that I love about the muscle car era, some of them had the hood tack. This thing goes up to 8,000 RPM, and it's just a really neat feature. Other things you got were the 15-inch Kelsey Hayes wheels, and then you also got machine decals all along the outside of the car that were very bold and stood out. On the inside of the car is very reminiscent of an SST package Rebel with some extras. You got a Hearst shifter, machine badging again on the inside of the car, and you got a red, white, and blue armrest. Underneath the hood of the machine, you would find a modified version of the 390 cubic inch V8 that you'd see in the AMX. This had modified heads, different valve train, and larger radiator. This version of the 390 V8 made about 340 horsepower and 430 foot-pounds of torque, as advertised anyways. This was mated to a T10 Borg-Warner 4-speed manual transmission and had a 354 limited slip rear gear. Keep in mind that was the standard powertrain, so you did have an option for an automatic transmission and different rear gear ratios if you wanted. One other cool thing about this car is through Group 19, you could actually have performance parts sold and installed to you through the AMC dealership network. So what does the collector car market look like on these things? Well, based on a little bit of research that I did in quick comps, anywhere between 45 and 75,000 is at least what people are asking for these. Now, whether they're selling or not is a different story. It looks like the bid would go on or the auction would end with no sale. But the one that I did find that sold was 45,000. As time goes on, it's sad to say, but AMC is one of those brands that's really just disappearing. You don't see them as much at car shows, Cars and Coffees, or anything like that. And they really built some amazing machines back in the day. And now you know about one of the coolest ones they ever made, which was the AMC Rebel Machine.